I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is After the Burn. I'm kind of excited about today. We got a great one. Today we have Zac Perkins from High Desert Sauce Company. He's a friend of mine. We have a lot of stuff in common. He's a good one. He's one of the good ones. Before I pull him on, I want to thank everybody for being here. Jason P., Bizzle, Dean, all my wrenches. Look at that. Thank you guys so much for being here. Silver Surfer, Spear Prof, Jane Aldrich, Balaki, Jason Fowler. You guys are all awesome. One of love. All right. Brian Vandenbroek. Thank you guys for being here. Kate Jordan, Dizzy Dragon. All right. And Kristen Melinda. All right. So listen, a little bit of housekeeping. We did today during the previous live stream I did, we got to today Chase the Heat, this little teeny channel of ours that doesn't edit and do any of the things you're supposed to do. Hi, Katie Fulton. Thank you for being here. Noah Wright, good to see you. We had hit our 149,000th subscriber today. Lodell Cox, Allison, hello. Turd Ferguson, thanks for being here. 149,000. So thank you guys for doing that. If you haven't hit the subscribe, please do that. 1 hot minute. You guys know about 1 hot minute. If you know, you know. If you don't, exciting thing going on here. We never billed for 1 hot minute. They're always anonymous. They're not anonymous. They're always spontaneous is the word I was looking for. However, we're building for this one. Wednesday, the day after tomorrow, folks. 1 hot minute. Please get everybody. It's going to be a fun one. So every once in a while, when I do it spontaneously, somebody will get caught off guard and like, I don't have anything. I didn't know. We know it's going to be fun. So it's going to be a big one. So on Thursday, we have John Hard, formerly from K-John's, absolute legend in the sauce game. He's going to be here Thursday. And Friday, 5:05 Friday, we have from now on, moving forward, every Friday at 5 o'clock is a live stream, but just for bus pass holders. So if you have a bus pass, just like Krista Marie got one. Thank you, Real T with Krista Marie. I checked out your channel today, by the way. Get a bus pass, and you can join on the live stream on Friday. In today's video, if you have any questions for Zac, I'm going to have a lot of great questions. I know we won't get to all of them because he's a fun guy to talk to, and he's my friend. Hi, Angel Kier. Thanks for being here. Wes Lightburn. But if you have questions for Zac, a couple big cues preceding the sends the question, and it'll catch my attention. I'll flag it, and it'll pop up as we go. All right? So with no further ado, here is a friend of mine, the owner of High Desert Sauce Company, Mr. Zac Perkins. Hi, Zac. How are you? He's got the parade wave. How are you doing? You all right?
I'm all right. Living
Good to
the
see
dream.
you.
Tired, overworked, underpaid, and my boss is a little bit of a butthead.
You got a great boss, dude. I've worked with your boss. You got to be kidding me. I'm sporting the High Desert Sauce shirt for you guys. Everybody hit that like button so we get a lot of people watching this.
What up, Noah?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun when I was in the kitchen with you that day. It was really a cool experience for me because it was the first time I had gone through the process of making sauce with somebody else. Everybody has a different kind of approach to it. I really enjoyed myself. So I know that you're kind of busy. You call me. Let me know when I can help you. I'd love to come out and help.
I mean, I'm so far behind. I've been packing orders since Black Friday, man. It won't let up.
You know why that is, though? It's your own fault. You make great sauce and it sells out.
I also did, it's Craven Capsaicin's fault.
Right.
I collaborated on a sauce with him, and it just kind of,
Well, I'll tell you what. Like I said to you right before, we were talking backstage before we started, and you're honest to God, the bunch of great people in the chat. Hi, Arwa. Robert Springs, good to see you guys. Hi, Sam. Your Not Your Mama's Chamoy is one of the greatest sauces. Like, honest to God, I think that's my favorite sauce that you make. It's such a spectacular sauce. The day that we were in the kitchen, what were we making? It was your
fire roast
green. That was so good. You're a master of blackened peppers. All right, so I want to get right into it. We're gonna jump right into some really interesting questions. What do you think the biggest misconception with hot sauce, making hot sauce? What do you think the biggest misconception is?
All these new companies thinking that it's a get rich quick scheme. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work, you know. It's definitely. I mean, it almost seems like it's not worth it sometimes, to be honest with you. But I keep doing it because I don't want to paint houses anymore, and I'm horrible at being an employee. So here we are.
You know what though? You're a great boss. You were fun to cook sauce with. When did answer me this? When did High Desert Sauce start? What year and how did it come to be? How did that happen?
So High Desert came about. Hi, my name's Zach. I'm a former drug addict, alcoholic. I got sober January 3rd of 2017. Just celebrated 8 years a couple days ago. Pretty awesome. Coming
Wait a
from
minute.
someone who could barely get 8 minutes.
Congrats, man. 8 years is a long time, Zach.
It is a long time. It's a long time for me, for sure, 100%. And I just kind of started making hot sauce one day for fun, giving it away to friends, family. You know, people were like, why don't you have a label and why are you not marketing it? So on September 8th of 2018, High Desert became an LLC. And then unknowingly, you know, I illegally sold sauce for like the first year and a half. And then in 2020, actually the day COVID shut the world down, I got my FDA approval letter. So,
You know, the funny thing is though, how Zach, there's a lot of companies that I think probably do that.
you know, I didn't know. I had no idea. Thomas Toth actually reached out. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you talking about? Making
Right.
sauce, man. I'm going to be the biggest hot sauce company. And he's like, do you not understand the regulations that are associated with making hot sauce? I was like, I have no idea. And then he kind of informed me what was going on. And I was like, oh, okay. So I got legal. First, I got legal in the state of Arizona because that's where, I was living in northern Arizona at
Aren't
the
you like
time.
4 miles from me?
I am now, yeah. But at that time, we were like living in the Sedona area, but we are getting ready to move back to Tucson. So I didn't like want to go through the FDA process up there, only to have to like re-register everything when I moved back down here. So I got legal in the state of Arizona, and then I moved to Tucson, and then I went through the FDA process. And legit, like the day COVID shut the world down, I got my letter via email, like, "Oh, you're good to go with the FDA," and I was like, "Oh, cool. So now what?"
Right.
I
It's a
can't
lot of
go.
work. I don't think people have any concept of how much work there is. And you know, it's a nickel and dime game.
It is, you know, you got to get your better process control certificate. You know, I don't even know how much that is anymore. I heard
Well, not just that,
university.
sourcing ingredients is a skill set. I mean, it's because
Oh,
it can mean all the difference in the world, depending on where you get stuff as far as pricing and quality. It's amazing.
yeah. Fresh produce is kind of a pain in the butt, honestly. Summertime produce holds more water than wintertime produce because more water is required.
Quick question here from Silver Surfer Tracy, one of my wrenches. He says, "What is the FDA letter? Is that like the kitchen grade restaurants get?"
No, it's so my kitchen is registered as a food canning establishment. It's called an FCE number with the FDA. So in order to get that letter, you have to take an online class called Better Process Controls. You got to get a management food handler's card. You have to send all of your products off to a process authority. You have to get those letters. You have to then submit all of that to the FDA website, along with registering your food facility on the FDA website, which is not an easy thing to navigate. Irish Spike and I actually did that together over. Like a phone call via speakerphone. That was probably one of the hardest things we've ever had to figure out ever. But yeah, there's just
Wow.
a lot to it, man.
Oh, there is. What
But
was the
yeah,
first sauce you ever made?
Tamango habanero, the one that you don't like, which is fine. I get it. It's different.
It's an odd sauce.
It is an odd sauce. I
I
don't.
need to revisit it though. I need to revisit it because your sauce, you're unique, man. All of your
Uh,
sauces are, you ever hear about the sauce makers have a signature? You know what I mean by that?
yeah,
Like an author wrote, if you, he has a signature that in different books you can hear his voice, and you've got a signature that goes in and out your sauces. Even though your sauces sometimes are very, very different, that signature weaves in and out of it, and it's a beautiful one. It is.
Yeah, so I will openly admit to mango way back in the day when I was hand peeling all of the mango and spending $20 a gallon on the Bragg's apple cider vinegar and fire roasting all the tomatoes and roasting the garlic. Like it was much better back in the day. But once you're going from like 2 gallons to 40 gallons, it's a different animal, and you can't really hand peel 150 pounds of mango. I mean, you can if people want to pay $20 a bottle, but I'm not that guy. So
Right. Here's a question from Angel Kier. You know what? Because if people don't know you, they don't know. How hot are your sauces, Zach?
so I mean, we have mild to pretty hot. Nothing in our line is really meant to ruin your day. We're not about like melting faces or blowing O-rings. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you something though. You make sauces that if you don't have a tolerance at all, it will blow your O-ring out. I promise you, you do.
Yeah, I mean, like not Mama's Chamoy specifically. It's pretty hot, along with like our hotter adobo and whatnot. But if you're on the milder end of the spectrum, we have sauces for that.
How many bottles in a batch, Zach? So
Just depends on
batch
how
for
big
your,
of a batch we do. We can do if we do a full kettle, we can do up to like 80 cases at a time. So it's like 960 bottles.
wow.
Yeah.
That's a big run, man.
Yeah, it could be bigger.
Do you plan on doing a lot of festivals this year?
Man, festivals. I lost. I have not made money at a hot sauce expo ever. And I'm not even close to breaking even. Like, I lose money every time I go to.
I think you know what though. I think Zach, don't feel bad. Blazing Foods, we never turned a profit ever. The one when I've done just for Chase the Heat, I've never turned a profit ever. It got to I've done so many that I swear to you, the way we roll into it in a festival, we've lost money so many times that we don't even say, hey, do you think we'll do well this time? We just, you know what it is all about? Being visible, shaking hands, getting people to know you, staying relevant.
And I understand that wholeheartedly, but after the whole Hot Ones fiasco that put me in all of the debt that I'm currently in, that I'm still paying off, like I can't afford to lose money. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Well, it's a hard thing. The Hot Ones is a funny thing. It was loved and hated. You know, it's a fun. I think Hot Ones wasn't made for the chili community. It's
it's
made for
not.
everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. No, we just you know this story, don't you? You
Tell me
gotta know. So we were featured
why we're
season
here to tell
yeah,
stories.
yeah. I like telling stories. So we were featured on season 15 of Hot Ones. We were sauce number 6. They ordered a lot of sauce, like a lot of sauce, and at that time I was literally making 8 gallons of teacup masala at a time. And I couldn't fulfill that order myself, so I had to bring on
This
a
was a
co-pack.
heartbreaker. Just so you know, this broke my heart to watch play out. It
Yeah,
was a horrible thing. But go ahead.
I'm still here, so F them.
Yeah, but still.
Oh, let's just say I'm not allowed in Phoenix by myself for a prolonged period of time because I have crazy thoughts. But anyway, not a violent person, I promise. Season 15 Hot Ones, they ordered a lot. Like when I say a lot, I mean like 3,000, 3,600 cases or something. It's a lot of sauce. I couldn't fulfill the order myself. I tried getting one of the like larger co-packers in the craft industry to make it. They just couldn't quite get it right, and then we're kind of like getting on this deadline. So I found this company in Phoenix that said they could do it. I truck a bunch of my own ingredients up there. They do a sample batch. I send it off to the powers that be over there. Hot Ones are like, yes, we approve this. And then it was just a nightmare from there. They couldn't get this. They couldn't get glass. Like I had to source coconut milk for them. I had to source glass for them. This company puts out millions of bottles of sauce every year, and I'm over here making like 8 gallons at a time, sourcing stuff for them. It was kind of weird. And then it was just late and late and later and later. So late, they were so far behind schedule that I had to load up a pallet of hot sauce in my personal truck and drive it across the country to meet an absolute deadline. Whatever, we make it happen. All is well. Sauce starts going out to people, and then I start getting emails that sauce is blowing up in people's faces.
That they made and you didn't. And you got left holding the bag though. That was brutal, bro.
Yeah, they obviously they made the sauce, they bottled it improperly. And just so you guys know, lactic acid bacteria dies at 160 degrees. And we had their sauce tested, and there were up to 11 million colony forming units per gram of sauce in most of the bottles that we sent. So that tells me
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Wow. So that tells me that either A, they're not sanitizing their equipment properly. B, they're not bringing sauce up to temperature like they're supposed to be. Or they're just grimy people all around. Yeah.
I'm not going to argue that. Listen, their stock visually, as far as how people see them, has plummeted.
Oh, I know.
They're hemorrhaging respect. That's it.
I know. I am aware.
And listen, everybody watching, you know how you vote? You vote with your view and you vote with your money. Don't buy sauce from that program and stop watching their channel. I'm serious. They're shady. This sauce, they still have this sauce advertised as being 2.4 million and it's 61,000.
Yeah. No, it wasn't that. It was a co-packer in Phoenix.
No, it was the co-packer thing for sure. In that one there was, but hot ones in general, man, I've lost respect. As bad as that sounds.
It is what it is.
Let's talk about the chili community because a lot of people think it's fractured. This is a question I ask everybody that comes on the show. What would you, if you could fix something within the community, what would you do to fix it?
The hate, man. What is up with the hate and the drama? I just can't.
I left social, like Facebook, and because of the drama. And every single time, there's really only about 4 or 5, 6 people every single time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be involved. I understand not everybody likes me, and that's fine. Your opinion of me is none of my business, good or bad. And I know it sounds kind of arrogant. That's just one of the things I learned in the program. Anything beyond this right here is none of my business. So,
amen.
But it's hard, just being a small business owner. You got to be putting out content. You got to be on the socials. You got to stay on top of it. You know what I mean? But it's like every time you turn around, there's some kind of beef somewhere with drama. I just can't, man. Like your dudes, you know who I'm talking about. Not your dudes, but the dudes who troll you. Like once in a while, they'll review a sauce on that dude's channel of mine, and they're like, "Oh, I just wish he didn't like Johnny Scoville so much." And I'm just like, I don't. My thing is, my interactions with Johnny Scoville have been nothing but pleasant. He shows me nothing but love. That's what I see with other people, with the exception of maybe,
right.
It's fine. So I can only base my judgment of you upon my experience. I'm not going to take someone else's word for it. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? You've always been straight that way. I remember one day you pulled up, came right here, parked right there. Out of the car. I came to say hi to you. You said, man, someone told me something about you. I heard 2 things. I'm not going to listen to somebody else. I want to ask you to your face. You remember that?
Yeah.
Your stock went like this. I respect that so much. I look at you and say, answer you honestly, but that freaks people out. Some people that, that kind of upfront, that kind of direct approach freaks some people out. I respect it, man.
No, I mean, what other way is there to be?
That's some of the reason that some people may have a beef with you. I promise you, is that you're forward, you speak your mind, and that's it.
I'm not being an a-hole. I promise. I'm just being direct, and people.
That's it.
I feel like people don't know how to handle it because we live in a society where everything's padded and sugar coated, and I'm just not
right. That's a fact. Well, that's what happens when everybody gets a trophy. Sorry, but that's it. Noah Wright asks, what would you say are the top 3 must-have ingredients for a great sauce, Zach?
Oh man, that's such a wide open question. What's your end game with the sauce? What's the flavor profile you're trying to obtain, or the heat level, or you know what I mean? We use a lot of fire roasted tomatoes in our products.
You sure do. I love fire roasted tomatoes, man.
But we also have some products that don't have any tomatoes that are delicious. We use a lot of tomatoes.
Yeah. Well, and to me, the fire roasting thing is a big part of your signature. I love your fire roasted stuff. That's why
Yeah,
that one day I was in the kitchen with you. By the way, your kitchen, sanitary. Next, if I ever have heart surgery, I want it in your kitchen.
right.
Golly, was that place clean? But it was wonderful that we made that day. It was
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Fire roasting all those peppers on the 24-inch charbroiler. It was awesome.
That was fun. Hey, Silver Surfer just gifted 5 Chase the Heat memberships. Thank you so much for doing that. Appreciate that big time. Thank you. Uncle Bullcow asks, when is Double X Salsa Vibes
Oh
dropping?
man, we're not going down this road. I know I put the teaser out, but it's not going to happen like this week, next week, this month, next month. I gotta. You
We're
can't
keeping the
see it
momentum
because my
going is what we're
heat
doing.
tunnel's in the way, but my warehouse is looking pretty bleak. I really need to make product. I need to get things restocked on my website. So probably March
There you go. Well, you heard it.
1st ish.
Perfect. You set us straight.
Ish.
A couple more questions from people watching. This
Yeah.
is a good one. From Spirit Prof, I put a ton of work in on some formulas and realized I don't have resources to launch a new sauce company. I'm no craving capsaicin, but would HDSC be willing to talk about producing for me?
I am 100% open to co-packing, but as you can see right
Boom.
here, see this right here? This is my packaging line, which is in my warehouse, and my kitchen is in a different space. Right now, co-packing is not in the cards, but it's not something I'm actively pursuing because like a production day for us is a nightmare. Like I got to come over here, I got to load up the glass, I got to take it over to the kitchen, I got to unload it, I got to manufacture sauce, I got to bottle it, I got to put it back in cases, bring it back over here, run it through this packaging line where we touch it again and palletize it. I'm working on a deal right now to get this packaging line in the kitchen, and once that happens, I would be way more open to co-packing for people.
There you go. Let me tell you something. There's a real lack for co-packers for the small guy.
Yeah.
You got to be big to even have them. Most of them to even talk to you. You know what I mean?
Right. Actually, Foy and I just talked about that a while ago now, but yeah. And that so funny thing, the woman that owns the kitchen called me not too long ago and expressed interest in maybe selling it. So now I got to
No way. We were talking about that day.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to buy it now. So
That's a spectacular location, bro.
and
And
if
then
I
let me tell you something. That is a perfect spot for a co-packing facility. Let me tell you, if you look back, like like Gold Rush, the people that made the money weren't digging for gold. The people that
Yeah.
made the most money sold picks and shovels, bro.
Yeah.
The true story. And I think it's a great idea. All right. So Dale Cox asks, what is the mildest sauce you have, Zach? And what is the hottest?
So the mildest is probably it's either the garlic cilantro jalapeno or the fire roasted green. Sadly, garlic cilantro jalapeno is out of stock right now. And the hottest thing currently in production is Not Mama's Chamoy along with hotter adobo. They're about the same.
Wicked good sauces, though. Man, I love them. From Mr. Wheelchair Preacher, I made it. I love your testimony and your sauces, Mr. Perkins.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's very, very cool.
Homeless to hot ones.
Brian Ams tested your chili crisp when releasing.
That's another one people keep asking me about. So Johnny could attest to this. Getting a process letter for chili crisp is not the easiest thing.
No, we jumped through hoops for a while.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because heated oil can go rancid. It's yeah.
It's also a pain to make. It just is what it is.
100%.
It's a pain in the neck to make.
Yeah.
So but it's delicious. People love it, man. They really do.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a bunch of 9-ounce jars sitting up on my pallet rack waiting. I'm waiting.
Right. I love it. All right. So this is I don't know if you want to give this up because it's kind of like let us peek at your cards, but how do you source ingredients? Do you have like and what's your approach to sustainability if that's even on your radar?
Actually, I had to drive up to Phoenix to get more 4-pack boxes because I ran out in the middle of packing orders. And we use a lot of bubble wrap currently, and it drives me crazy. So we are in the process of moving from bubble wrap for like single bottles and 2-pack bottles and he's going to design something to fit inside the box to hold 2 bottles So we're trying to move away from single-use plastics as much as we can. Obviously, we're not going to. Caps and shrink bands are kind of. It is what it is. You know. And as far as ingredients go, I could tell you where not to go. Like Cisco is 30% higher than everywhere else.
Right.
U.S. Foods is okay. They have decent products. Not everything you need. I use a couple local produce outlets like Merit Foods.
Right.
It's a local owned Tucson company that's not like it's not Cisco in Tucson. It's Merit Foods.
I got you.
You know,
Best cup of coffee in Tucson. Where is it?
my house.
There you go.
Honestly, man, QT's got some pretty decent coffee for what it is.
You know what? They do.
If you know which machine to pick, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, though. I
Yeah.
used to go there a lot. All right, so Dizzy Dragon says, what is your favorite super hot pepper?
Favorite super hot pepper. I'm pretty partial to. I use the chocolate boot a lot and the ghost pepper. Although I guess ghost pepper is not really considered a super hot chili anymore. Those are my two go-tos because they have a decent amount of heat and the price point on them is reasonable.
Consistent. And you know what?
Yeah.
What is more consistent than a ghost pepper? Man, I'm telling you, every time we've ever bought ghost pepper powder, no matter where we got it from, it always tastes almost the same.
Yeah.
It seems like a very, very stable pod.
And the chocolate bula too. It's just and the Carolina Reapers is so much more money. It's almost double what ghost peppers and bulas are. Same with
because they can get it.
Yeah, exactly. It's because the name. You're paying for the name, and that's fine.
It is what it is. Turd Ferguson asks, in your opinion, what is the best buffalo sauce for deep fried wings, Zach?
Oh, come on, man. DEF-CON. They got that. They got that lockdown.
Boy, don't they though? All the and there's so many great ones to choose from. There's some really great DEF-CON sauces.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what other buffalo products I've had from other companies. I'm not a big buffalo guy, honestly.
I'm not either, to be honest with you. So, real quick here, 15 years I've been off dope, met all the bad ones. 15 years. It's been 5 years, 8 months, almost 5 years and 9 months for alcohol. I think personally in my journey, my recovery, I think capsaicin has helped so much. Do you find it's helped? Do you think it's helped you?
100%. My first 6 months of sobriety, I definitely went to AA, but it's just not for me, man. Hate to anybody that uses the program. I know a lot of good people that lived by that program. I just couldn't get into it. And if I find myself getting grumpy or, I'm in a bad mood, nice burn, little endorphin dump, and I'm a changed person.
Boy, you know what? It really does help. I think it helps a lot. I believe there's a correlation. So I don't know if you know, I've started a weekend series called Sober Weekend every Saturday and Sunday. And it's been great. It's been, there's a lot of people using it to help them. And I think it's wonderful. I'm glad to hear your take on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny. I don't know anybody who had an addiction, didn't like peppers and started eating peppers and felt them help. Everybody that I know was into peppers and decided to stop whatever they were doing and seemed to find an easier path that way.
Yeah. You're releasing the same hormones in your brain that you would get. Yeah.
It's a fact. All right. Let me see here. Hold on. Got a few more starred questions. This is interesting. Laser show. You guys getting the cold snap? It's cold up here in the White Mountains. Finally might get snow. It's pretty chilly here.
I mean, it's chilly. What are we going to get down to, like 31 tonight? It's definitely the coldest night of the year. But
it's chilly for Tucson, man.
It is. We're not getting it as bad as a lot of the other country part of the.
Here's what I'll tell you something. You and I talked about the dry heat. Everybody talks about dry heat, but no one ever talks about dry cold, and it goes right through you somehow. Dry cold is different. It really is. I think. Or I'm just getting old.
I think it's a combination of the two.
It could be, man.
Yeah. No, real time, real Tia. said something about recovery. I went to the program first 6 months of my recovery because I really had nothing
Here
else
we
to do.
go.
There you
Same,
go.
Zach. I can't focus on addiction. 90 and every day triggered me, but that's my journey, my experience.
Yeah.
Is that
The first 6 months I went because I didn't have anything to do. I don't know anybody in Tucson really, you know what I mean? So I'd go to work and then I would sit at home and what am I gonna do? Sit there and twiddle my thumbs? No, come on, man. So I just went to, have that sense of togetherness with other people. But once I started making hot sauce, like,
I'll tell you, I think, my brother says this a lot on his channel that connection is the opposite of addiction, not sobriety. And I believe that's true because every time I've been in an active addiction, I've just kind of pushed everything good away and walled myself off. And pepper is just absolutely the opposite of that. It pulls people together. It's legal. It's healthy. It's safe. It's a win-win
agreed.
all around.
Agreed.
All right. So got some more questions. I got so many questions for you. Do you have a secret sauce that you only share with friends and family that you don't sell? You do.
I'm not gonna touch that question, bro.
Totally
Sorry,
do.
my 12-year-old maturity level just went somewhere. But anyway, no, I don't. Everything I have ever made has been on the website
Cool.
at some point.
I got you. I thought maybe you had a secret there. How do you balance heat and flavor? Is it something that happens from like multiple batches till you get it right, or is it something you kind of do ahead of time and you nail it right off the bat? Because I think I told you when Foy and I did Penango, it took 13 versions before we finally settled on it, and that's nightmarish.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I have like ADD or something, or I'm like, I don't know. When I have an idea for a sauce, I'll just fixate on it, and that's all I'll think about, and I'll just work it out in my head multiple times. For instance, salsa vibes. I did one sample batch like a year ago, and then just made it.
That was it.
That was it, and people are loving that product right now.
Well, you know what? The Ghost of Saffron is a wicked good sauce.
That also only had one sample batch.
Shut up! Are you serious? I should not be making sauces. That's all. I should just be eating peppers.
I'm telling you, there's something wrong with me.
And that's a weird sauce too. With saffron, that's a weird ingredient, dude. It really is.
The sample batch basically just had too much saffron, so I dialed that back considerably. And then we just made it. He flew out here.
Saffron's one of those flavors. It's almost like truffle. You go a little too much, and it's way too much. Get right.
So for a 40-gallon kettle of that product, can you guess how much saffron is in there in a full 40-gallon kettle, which is like 340 pounds?
Half ounce.
10 grams, dude.
Shut up. Are you joking me?
No.
I thought I was going low saying a half ounce. 10 grams?
10 grams.
In how many? 300 gallons?
340 pounds, 40 gallons. So 0.001%. Actually, I could pull it up real quick, tell you exactly what it is. Let's see, what do we got? It is 0.001% of the kettle content.
That's insane. I guess it's the reason it's so expensive is they don't have a way to mechanically process it. It takes human beings.
Right. It takes human beings, and each flower only produces 3 pestles, and they got to pull it out with tweezers.
Good work if you can get it.
Yeah. So
that's crazy. What is it? How much now? Where did you buy? I mean, I guess there's a ton of places you can get it. Was it super expensive?
So I have a wholesale account at my spice supplier, who's actually local in northern Arizona. They're called Mount Hope Foods.
Right.
I pay like $80 an ounce.
$80 an ounce. That doesn't seem so bad.
I mean,
it seems pretty like
it. So because it's going in a sauce, and I'm not like doing anything intricate. I get the B grade. It's not the A grade.
Yeah.
A grade would be like $160 an ounce.
Still
almost double. Yeah.
Wow.
So
All
basically,
right.
my saffron's got some like yellowing in it. It's not like the full red pestle.
I got
It,
you. But it's in a sauce, so
exactly. It's not. You know what I mean?
look at that. An ounce of saffron is worth more than an ounce of gold. Using that new math? Is that you sure about that? All right. So, how do you think your journey of sobriety has impacted your career? I know it's impacted your life, is like in your personal life, but has that affected your career?
My career? What career, man? I'm just having fun.
My
I got a
man.
sugar. I got a sugar mama at home, man. I don't have to make money. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I need to get one of those. Where'd you pick one of those up, Zach?
No, man.
I know I'm
No,
kidding you.
that's not entirely true. I don't know, man. I wouldn't be making hot sauce. I could tell you that. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. So, living in Tucson, what's your favorite thing about living in Tucson?
The weather until June, and then I hate it.
It isn't just June. It's not just June, dude. There's
Well,
like a
June,
bunch of months
July,
where
August, September, October. The rest of the year goes great.
the truth of the matter is, like tomorrow in the afternoon, it's going to be the prettiest place in the country. It's going to be
Yeah.
so gorgeous. Every day is like that. But boy, I'll tell you. All right. So
And the food. Well, no, let me rephrase that. And the Mexican food.
Mexican food is good. I don't go out that often. I'm like a wicked homebody. I am.
No.
I'm a recluse almost.
Yeah.
Get out of that. I got to stop that for real.
Yeah, there's Paco's right down the street from you, not too far. Like the best carnitas in Tucson.
Bro, there's a place. Do you like Sonoran hot dogs?
I mean, I'm not a big hot dog guy in general. I will melt down on a Sonoran hot dog, but
There's a place on Craycroft. I think it's Craycroft that's got Sonoran hot dogs. Every time Tommy and I drive by, I don't care if we just had lunch, we'll be like, we're getting one. It's so good. They're amazing. Now, I'm not even a hot dog guy, but those are so good.
yeah,
Tell me something about, huh?
I was going to say they're wrapped in bacon. How could they be bad?
Well, I think they use it. I've had them in different places, and the sauce they drizzle on this one is just so good. And every time I'm in there, I get a Mexican Coke. So it's good. I just had a great question. Yeah, tell me something about you. Tell us something about you that nobody would expect or that nobody knows.
I have 4 metal plates and 32 screws holding my face together.
Wow. That's a miracle, dude. You
Pretty
beat me.
good.
I think I have 6 screws, 2 plates. That's about it on me. And they're not my face.
Yeah. And why I don't like the cold. Because it gets cold and it hurts.
Oh, because of the transfers of weather.
Yeah, so I got a 2 metal plates on each side, and I have 26 screws but here. Then I have 6 screws on, 3 screws on each side of my jaw.
If I can ask you then, what about the heat? Do you feel the heat when it's 120? Because it gets like that here.
Yeah, no, man. I'm a I keep my skin covered in the summer. Like I got a lot
You
of.
need to here.
Yeah, I got a lot of melanoma. So
great question from Noah. What is the favorite sauce that you make?
My fire roasted red, which is currently out of stock. I'm sorry.
That's why it's out of stock. You ate it all. It's a good sauce. So here we go. Laser Show asks, talking about dry cold. I work rotational schedules in Alaska and live in northern Alaska. It was negative 40 when I left Fairbanks last month. It's negative 26 now. I go back up to the 20th for 3 weeks. That's too cold for me, dude. I'm sorry, man. I don't know if it's
how you do it.
Look, I don't know if it's the getting older, but the older I get, not into it at all. The cold, like tonight, 31 degrees, bro. 31 stuff freezes at 31, doesn't it? Or 30?
Well, 32 is technically freezing, but it's not going to be 31 long enough. It's not going to be below freezing long enough for things to actually freeze.
And by noon, it'll be summertime practically, or spring.
Yeah, spring. So we don't have winter and fall here. We have summer and spring, and right now we're in early spring.
Right? Do you Wanna Love asks, do you get a lot of headaches?
Because of the stuff in my face? No. Actually, they did that because I was born with an underbite. So my lower jaw stuck out. It looked like a bulldog, and it was causing a lot of problems. So they went in, and broke my jaw basically, and stuck it back in my head, and then screwed it all together.
You're a handsome rascal with all that work.
No, I
You
don't
got to
know
know
about
that.
all that.
Hey,
Actually,
God loves you, Zach, says Kate Jordan. Kate
let's
Jordan's a great woman. I talked to her
let's
today.
see here. Let's see if you guys can see the picture.
Are you going to show us something gory?
No, it's just an X-ray of my face. No, it's not gonna work. No.
Turn it, tilt it this way or this way, and it will be able to get it. It's just the initial glare. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yep. Wow, that worked.
Yeah.
You know what? All I can say is thank God for doctors, man. No joke.
Yeah, I mean that was shit. That was. Sorry, guys.
Listen, relax.
I know.
Listen, you didn't see Troy Primo. We had Troy Primo on. He was letting F-bombs fly. He was hilarious.
I know, man, but I know it's a family-friendly channel, and I'm trying
That's
to.
right. You're a good guy. No one's gonna be upset with that one.
Yeah. This was done when I was 16, so almost 30 years ago. Technological advances since have changed 100%.
Right.
But back in the day, do you remember Discovery Channel? They would like show you surgeries. I forget what
I
that
do.
show. Yeah, so I got to see the surgery before I had it. They cut my gum right here and peeled my face back, dude.
Oh,
Like
lovely.
it's so crazy.
Wow. I don't know if I'd want to see a surgery like that.
I might have been on some hallucinogens.
You might have been. That would explain it.
And I could not change the channel. So
there you go. Turd Ferguson says, when did you realize that you had a predisposition for making hot sauce, and have you always been passionate about it?
I didn't even know I liked spicy things until I met my current partner, Dana, honestly.
How is she?
Struggling a little bit. Her mom is slipping quickly into Alzheimer's, so we're
I haven't
navigating
talked to her in a long time. Tell her hello for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're navigating that on top of everything else. And she's having a really hard time with the mental decline of her mom, but you know, we're figuring it out. Yeah, I don't know. I've just always been good. So the first sauce that I ever remember making, Emerald Lagasse put out a cookbook, and he put had a recipe in there for like grilled marinated flank steak. And I remember making that marinade at like 17 years old. I don't know. And then it just stuck in my head, and I could probably still make it to this day without even looking at it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just like I'm like Rain Man when it comes to sauce. I don't know how else to put it. I just like Ghostly Prick. You had said at one point that it was like one of your top 5 sauces of all times. Would you never do?
Good sauce.
You know what I mean? Like I thought about that sauce for a good year. Like I want a sauce named Ghostly Prick, and it's gonna be.
First of all, the name is great. You thought about it in your head, so you had it all worked out before you ever made it.
Yeah.
So you're a weird dude. I love
it, weird.
That's you know what that is. That's like genius stuff is what that is.
It's like a formality.
You know what?
Not laughing at autism. I'm legit. Like it's yeah.
No, listen, I think that's legit. Like Merle from Hellfire, that dude sat down and his sauce, I think it's Evil Bastard. He sat down with that sauce and wrote it down at his kitchen table. The amounts, the ingredients, never made it, bro. Walked in, handed to the co-packer and said, make this. Never made it before. Just wrote it down and handed it to the co-packer.
Yeah.
I don't get that. You could do that probably.
I did that with the budget friendly box. I mean, I didn't hand it to a co-packer. I made it, but you know what I mean? So the garlic cilantro jalapeno, the smoky chiltepine, Scotch bonnet mango, and the habaracha. I will say I'm going to adjust the Scotch bonnet mango a little bit, and I'm going to adjust the habaracha a little bit. But for the most part, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm amazed by it. You just have a skill set that I don't have. I just, honest to God, like, let me tell you an example. One day, Foy says to me, make a sauce. And we were going to, make a sauce that I liked and then get it to a co-packer. But I was like, I don't make sauces. He goes, come on, you have every ingredient in the world. Make a sauce today. That's what you should do today. So I spent the day in the kitchen. I thought avocado oil sounded like a really cool, kind of a ginchy little ingredient. It looks good on a label. It's kind of like black garlic. I hadn't seen a lot of it. So I put avocado oil in this sauce, and I don't even remember what the flavor profile was, but at the end of the day, we were tasting it. I was like, man, it really tasted good. I mean, I couldn't believe it. It tasted really good. I was impressed with myself. We put it in the fridge. I cooked everything, put it in the fridge. I went home that night. Boy says to me on the way home, we got to see how it's going to be in the morning. Stuff can change on you.
Yep.
If you told me somebody broke into the building, stole my bottle, put something else in place, I would have bought that way over, hey, my sauce changed. Because when I tasted it the next morning, first of all, there was that much separation. I didn't think I used that much avocado oil. And it just tasted like poison. It was horrible. Threw it all out.
Yeah.
I don't make sauce.
Oil's another one. A little goes a long way. I think if the 40 gallons of Ghost of Saffron, there's less than a gallon.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
4%.
Zach, what is the first hot pepper that you ever ate that you can remember?
I'm not a big pepper guy, honestly, but the first time I ever ate something like stupid hot was the original noodles from Cully's, the hottest
I
ramen.
remember those. Yeah. I remember those. They were hot.
So I was actually meeting Vic for the first time when he lived in Phoenix at this hot sauce meetup, and Dana and I and this other dude were like, we're going to do this Cully's hottest ramen challenge. And I remember eating those things, and I'm like, at first, it was kind of sweet. I'm like, oh, these aren't that bad. And then it ended up being really, really hot. But the last pepper that I ate was a yellow or a white ghost pepper from Craving Capsaicin.
Great pepper.
And I may have been laying on my kitchen floor almost naked in a puddle of sweat. It rocked me pretty hard because I didn't chew it up enough.
Oh no! Got you in the gut.
Were so bad. Yeah, like legit. I stood up and it was just like a chalk outline, but it was sweat.
The struggle's real. You know, yeah. We've all been there.
No doubt. You know what? I would 100% do it again. Actually, as soon as I get like this figured out, like I'm gonna do it again because I'm a glutton for punishment.
You know what I got that you may want to try? I'm getting Tom Broom. Well, Keith Lego is probably in the chat. He quit eating capsaicin for a month. He's gone cold turkey for an entire month. He's got a bottle of 10 million Scoville tincture that Broom's got, and he's sending me a bottle. And we're going to do a drop on his first day back. If you want, I would love to see what you think about that. It's wicked good.
Okay, so let me put this into perspective. I haven't been eating a lot of hot sauce lately, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because like I need to get my teeth like. But I had some Ghost of Saffron the other day, and that was hot to me. So my tolerance is like way down right now.
Perfect. Easier to get that endorphin dump. See, here's the thing. Right now, it's really easy for me to get one because my tolerance is down a lot. Peak season, like peak pepper season, I've got to eat like a barrel of peppers to really get any kind of an endorphin rush. Yeah, earn it a lot more. So that's the only really nice thing about having the tolerance drop.
Yeah,
be a fun one. People are asking. We have one hot minute where we all eat something hot together. We're gonna do one tomorrow. Tomorrow, can you make it?
Depends on what time, man.
Same time as this. If you can make it, let me know. You know what? We should get together and do it together. All we do is eat something hot together. Everybody puts how hot what their score is. It doesn't sound as impressive as it is. When you do it, it's way more fun than when you talk about it. But that would be fun. Everybody's asking. They want you to be in it. Gauthie asks, what is your go-to ingredients to make a good sauce? What a funny question.
We use a lot of fire roasted ingredients.
So good.
You know, and high quality, like our fire roasted tomatoes don't have any sodium benzoate or no calcium chloride, a little bit of citric acid. And it really took me a long time to be okay with that. We used to fire roast everything ourselves, but when we went from 10 gallons to 40 gallons, fire roasting 400 pounds of tomatoes on a 24-inch charbroiler was just not an option. So
How long did that take you?
To do a full kettle of fire roasted green, which is around 300 pounds of peppers, that itself, without actually cooking and bottling the sauce, is like 6 hours.
Yeah, but you know that blender you've got, that wicked cool blender that you hold, that big, it's like just like a small one that you use for a juice maker, but you have that big one.
Hmm.
Bro, that thing is what a machine that is.
Yeah, that is the Roku MP 600, 650. I'm actually going to upgrade and get the bigger one because that doesn't push enough. Like
Dude, that machine's a
if we
beast.
go above 20 gallons in that kettle, that blender sucks.
It
So I
bogs
need something
down.
bigger. Yeah.
You need to make a Binford, put a turbo on that thing.
I really
Pickles asks, how many sauces do you have on the market currently?
well. I think I counted 17 earlier. I don't know. 17 in
Wow.
stock.
The funny thing is, they're all very different. It's not like they're the same. I mean, you have some hotter versions of milder ones, but
Right.
it's not like, I mean, you have some very diverse sauces.
Yeah, but even like Ghost of Saffron, okay, we have the OG and the hotter. The hotter has smoked ghost peppers in it, so it gives it a different flavor profile. So yeah, we called it Ghost of Saffron, hotter Ghost of Saffron, but it's like the same basic ingredients, but it's a different sauce, if that makes sense.
Kurt Ferg, there's a bunch of people that have starred comments. I got to them. I'll get to them, but this one looks good, so I grabbed it quickly. What is the fire roast, or what makes the fire roast the cornerstone of your process?
It's just what I started out doing way back in the day, and now I'm like, I really don't want to do it anymore because it's a lot of work. However, it's how we started. It's what people know from us, so we gotta kind of continue. I mean, like Ghost of Saffron. I had a brilliant idea to fire roast frigging carrots. Who does that?
Who
Who
would have
wants to
thought?
leave it up to this?
No, but that's
Could, could,
brilliant, though. You
couldn't
know?
just roast the carrots. I had to fire roast the carrots.
Yeah, but you know what though? It's the other thing about the fire scene that nobody ever talks about. Maybe I'm just an idiot, but visually, it's beautiful. To me, it adds a. It's beautiful. It isn't
Yeah.
just pretty to
Actually,
me.
I recently made a batch of fire roasted green, and I was kind of in a hurry, so I didn't get to fire roast the peppers as much as I want. And the sauce is no longer, or this batch of sauce is not visually aesthetically pleasing as all the other ones.
I believe
It's
that.
a lighter color. There's not all the black flick. You know what I
I think
mean?
that's so pretty. That was the highlight of making the sauce that day. That was beautiful to me.
Yeah.
Okay, Laser Show says Sober Weekend is huge for me. For years I've watched Chase Eat, loved it, watching it evolve. Now I feel part of a family. I'm excited. Good for you.
Well, welcome home, man.
Yeah, man. You know what? Sobriety, and Jack will tell you this, it's worth it. Honest to God, it's worth it. Just, doesn't matter what your why is, doesn't matter how you arrive at it, but get sober. And I'll help you. I promise. Talking about dry cold. Oh, I did that one already. Sorry. Where are we here? Good one from Bob Shenton. Do you anticipate a hotter version of Salsa Vibes?
Okay, so we'll just go ahead. It's already been put out there that it's going to happen. No, there we go. Let's go ahead and do that.
There it is.
There.
Wow, I love the label. Wicked cool label. The swirls.
Yeah, it's hard to see, but
no, you can see the vibes. I like it. You nailed the label.
It's my neighbor, man. He does all my artwork. But yeah, if you follow me on Facebook, there's a post about it. We are dropping a hotter one, and when I say hotter, it's going to be stupid hot, like Craven Capsaicin hot.
Nice.
Same basic. I'm in Tucson, Arizona.
Yep, Tucson, right next door to me. Is there any type of tomato sauce that you believe is a great base for creating a sauce for light pizza?
So I prefer ingredients that don't contain added preservatives, such as sodium benzoate or calcium chloride. Not that they're bad ingredients. I mean, they have their place. I just prefer to keep my labels clean as possible. But believe it or not, there is a brand at Restaurant Depot here. It's branded differently in different places. Like here, it's branded as 7-Eleven. It's got a little chef on it. They're actually pretty decent tomatoes for the price point. And the only preservative they have is citric acid, which occurs naturally in tomatoes anyway. So that's what we use for tomatoes that are not fire roasted. For tomatoes that are fire roasted, we use the Cisco brand. It's the only thing I buy from Cisco, because it's the only place I can find fire roasted tomatoes that don't have sodium benzoate or calcium chloride on the label.
Right. Calcium chloride's a weird thing. The first time I read it on a label, I went, that sounds like one of the 3 things they inject you with when when you've been convicted of something.
So calcium chloride is basically sea salt in its manufactured form.
Right.
And it's a firming agent. That's all it is. And it's still, though, it does not look good. I'm steering clear of stupid hot things right now. I have gallbladder problems and no teeth.
This is Bizzle. You know what Bizzle? Bizzle is the guy that says, "Do you hear what he said about you? Are you going to take that? Did you hear what he called you?" That's Bizzle. He's trying to get you eating something hot. So ignore Bizzle. I had to throw that up there, though.
Yeah.
All right. J-Cap, sobriety and capsaicin go hand in hand. It's like the opposite of opiates, but it hits all the same receptors.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Same with alcohol. If you're struggling, hit the sauce.
Hit the hot sauce, not the alcohol.
Yeah,
sauce.
Hit the hot sauce. Exactly, the right sauce.
Yeah, hit the right sauce.
Amen. Let's see here. All right, I think we're caught up. If you have any questions that I missed, put them in again because I think I'm caught up. I could be wrong. What do you do? Okay, I know you've been working your tail off since Black Friday. What do you do to relax when you're not? I mean, how do you unwind?
I don't relax, dude. When I'm not here doing something, packing orders, or at the kitchen making sauce, I'm thinking about the next step.
You have no downtime.
No. Maybe the 4 hours I sleep every day, but yeah, no.
When I was in Fort Mill working with Foy, I swear to you, we worked in 30-minute increments. Every 30 minutes, we're tackling something. And it seemed like that's just what every single day was. Are you kind of like that?
Yeah, man. I mean, there's always something. There's always something that needs to be done. And I mean, I know people think High Desert's this massive company, but it's literally me and one other person who's very, 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 very part-time because she doesn't.
I will tell you this though, it's as clean as the room that I had my last back surgery in. I was stunned by how beautiful the kitchen was. I'm not just saying that. I mean, I said so when I was there. I was like, I couldn't believe. I took videos of it.
Yeah,
it was spectacular. Where did the name? No one wants to know, where did the name of the company come from? Any story behind it besides sounding cool?
So Dana, my significant other, is the one that actually kind of named the company, but it has more of a significance than what it sounds like. So, hi, my name's Zach. I'm a former drug addict, and I'm a desert rat. So,
I've been noticing, like over time, getting away from High Desert spelled out and getting more to
the acronym,
just that
HDSC.
Are you kind of moving, kind of rebranding the? I know it's always going to be High Desert, but are you kind of rebranding so that that's your image?
In a way, after the whole Hot Ones recall of 24,400 bottles, I kind of stepped away from like High Desert specifically without actually stepping away from High Desert. There's a lot of drama associated with High Desert from that fiasco. So that's why we went from, let's see if, hang on one sec. Let me spin this. You remember these? You remember this label, right? Can you see that?
I do. Yep.
Of course. You can't see it, but whatever.
I can see it. I know what it is because I'm familiar with it.
Yeah. The old school labels. That's why we moved away from those labels, man. That whole fiasco just.
That was rough. I'm glad you're still around. I'll tell you the truth. I thought that was.
You want to know why I'm still here? You want to know why I'm still here? You want honest truth? You want to know why High Desert still exists and why I still work my tail to the bone to do something with this company?
Tell me.
Spite.
I was going to say that. There's no way I'm going to lose.
That a-hole co-packer told me I would be nothing without him. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to be your number one competition now.
So here's what I want everybody to do. If you're in the chat, please, Mod, throw up High Desert Sauce Co.'s website. And then also their Instagram. Here's what I want everybody. You're in the chat, you're watching this, and you've never tried High Desert. He does have sauces from the brand new chili head who just found spice and is enthusiastic to the guy like me who wants to sweat when he eats. He's got everything for you. Go to his website and get a bottle. You will not be disappointed. Here's the website. Please check it out. Bizzle wants to know, how long did it take you to go when you started to go full time with it?
I mean, I probably should still work a full-time job, but I'm just not. It's not that I'm not a good employee. I'm a great employee, and that's the problem. You know what I mean? I just feel like I'm not compensated for my time. So why am I going to waste my time building someone else's dream when I could not get paid to build mine?
Right.
And
Well, the definition.
not that I don't make any money, man. Obviously, I'm just a small business owner. Sometimes other things are more important, like new equipment or you know what I mean, maintenance on something. You know what I mean?
Well, the definition of a entrepreneur is somebody who's willing to work every hour in the week for themselves, so they don't have to work 60 hours a week for you.
Yeah.
And you're willing to do that. Like you couldn't. How would you possibly do another job, dude? Where would you fit it in? How many hours a night do you sleep?
So let's see. I got done doing what I was doing today. I ran home, probably nap for like 45 minutes before coming here and doing this, and then I'll go home and do house stuff, dishes, take a shower, feed the dog. Probably sleep like maybe 5 hours.
Wow, you're a good dude. I'm glad you're my friend. Listen,
I
we're
get,
going to
I get.
wrap this up now. I want you. If there's any final questions, please ask. I want to come hang out with you this week. It's only you let me know what days will work. I can't do it tomorrow though, but Thursday or Friday or the weekend, I probably could do it.
Okay, yeah, we'll figure it out, man. I have a lot of sauce to make. Let's just say that I
I'll
have
bring
a
some
lot of sauce.
tincture with me.
Nah, I'm not gonna do tincture, dude.
I
Too
know.
much.
I'm just teasing you, dude. Hey,
Well,
listen, I'm not going to burn you. I like hanging out with you.
honestly, I don't like tincture because of the alcohol flavor.
Right. Even the even
I
the even the oil tincture though, I could find some.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
How
do it to you,
many?
dude.
Hang on. Noah has a question here that I'm going to answer. How many employees work for my company?
Well,
And then
Dana works, but like you said, she's very part time.
well, it's not even her. It's my neighbor because Dana doesn't want to like live together and work together. And I'm like, but you're building someone else's dream when you can help me build mine.
How many hours a day do you work? When you like what? No, I'm serious. What time do you get up?
Bro,
How
I
many
get up at
hours?
3. I get up at like 3:30 in the morning, and if I'm bottling hot sauce, I'm at the warehouse by 4:30, and then I just go until I either crap out or I can't go no more.
Every day.
Every day.
You know what? We're not going to keep this hardworking man on any longer. Zach, I'm glad you're my friend, bro. I really am.
Hey man, I'll hang
You're
out all
my
night.
hero. I'm glad you're sober. There's a lot of good things about you.
Yeah.
Let's get together this week, all right?
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Thanks for listening to my
listen, I love
bullshit,
you. You're a
guys.
good.
Appreciate you.
And listen, I need to buy some of the Black Label. I'm excited about it. They look beautiful.
All right, what are you doing after this?
I'm free. Well, I got to eat dinner after this immediately. I haven't eaten dinner yet. And then at 7:05 our time, I'm a mod for my brother. But that goes, I'm only a mod for him for the first half hour or so till he gets enough mods in there and then I can bounce out. So I'll be free but I don't want to keep you up, but I'll be free at probably 7:30, 7:45.
I was just gonna run up after this and drop some stuff off.
If you want to swing up, I'll be sitting down eating dinner, but I'll run out and meet you.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. We should have done this in the same room together.
Yeah, right. I mean, holy.
If you had a bright enough light on your porch, I could probably see you from here.
Maybe not. You're up in the foothills. I'm down in the, I'm down with the poor man. No, I'm just kidding.
One more time, go check out this guy's amazing sauces, High Desert Sauce Co. He's a good guy, and he's a role model. He's like I have. He found himself in a bad spot, turned it around, and it's just the goods. I'm glad you're my friend, bro. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule. I know how busy you are. I'll see you in a little bit. And everybody that's here, thank you so much for your questions and for hanging out. Try his sauces. I swear to you, won't be disappointed. And my personal favorite of his, Ghostly Prick is really spectacular. I haven't had it in a while. But
I don't make it. It doesn't sell, dude. Like I don't understand it.
It's a damn shame. But his Not Your Mama Chamoy is absurd. It's so good, for real. But thank you guys so much. Zach, I'll see you in a little bit. I love you guys. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was my friend Zach. This was Zach.
Thanks for hanging out.
And they'll be gone in a